Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Guys, today we're checking out a brand new Marvel series for us. This is Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and we're starting it off with episode 1. Now, like I said, this is brand new for me and Oak. We're trying to get caught up with all things Marvel, so when the movies do come out, we'll catch all the references along with you guys.
I gotta be perfectly honest, I'm not sure how our new lead gets into the role of Captain America. I'm hoping they kind of lay that out for us. I do remember at the end of one of the movies, of course, which turned into a fantastic meme, Chris Evans' older self saying, no, I don't think I will, kind of setting up the new Captain America. But this is one I'm really excited for. Captain America always been one of my favorite Marvel superheroes, and the Winter Soldier, I mean, he's just one bad dude. So this one I'm pumped for.
I'm right there with you. So without any further ado, let's go. Here's Anthony Mackie.
Oh, he's got a shield. Nice carrying case for him.
Custom made.
How does it feel? Like it's someone else's. It isn't.
See I went to knowing that it was his voice, but it said Steve in it.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's like is he ready to take up the mantle and be Captain America? You know, it's a big responsibility.
First Lieutenant Torres, our intel officer, will be helping on the ground. And Sam, this has to be subtle.
Got it.
You know, we just wrapped up Wanda, and it feels pretty good to be jumping into a series that feels somewhat normal.
Like a little bit more action.
There's a story. I know the story. I can get it, you know.
Sending intel to your HUD right now.
God, I want a Hummer.
I got eyes on a plane. Any sign of LAF?
Nah, nothing yet. But I'll keep tracking the chatter.
Oh.
Comment tu as vu ça? Tu viens de voir un homme.
Is that George St. Pierre?
C'est moi qui
I
tuerai.
thought that was Bryan Danielson for a minute.
That's awesome. They got St. Pierre.
Red Wing, engage.
Oh, look
Whoa,
at that.
what's that now?
Oh. Oh, that was awesome.
That was cool. Look at the wings. Oh, that's not good.
No. Well, he wanted him to be subtle, and I don't think crashing that plane is subtle. Okay, autopilot, level things out.
Captain Fassos, let's get you out of here.
Oh, St. Pierre off the wall.
Oh.
You know, he can follow you out, right?
You know he can fly. I mean, couldn't he just have the drone use the laser and just cut the wingsuits on these guys?
Oh, that's one way to do
Yeah,
it.
that'll do it. Oh, what a shot.
This is so cool.
It's like we're in a Red Bull commercial.
This feels ultra dangerous for the guys who aren't superheroes.
Yeah.
Well, his wings are a little wide, aren't they? Oh, they got backup.
Red Wing, get him off our ass.
This will be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, tiny little missiles.
A little pea shooter.
Oh, just got it. Oh, there goes your prop.
Yep.
That'll usually impact flight patterns.
Okay, that was pretty cool. A wingsuit into a helicopter.
Keep going! We're close! If we get to the border, he's not gonna follow. What's up?
Oh no.
Oh, well, there goes that operation.
Oh, heads up! You're about to fly into Libyan airspace.
And I assume they have a problem with that.
Yeah, a big problem. A big problem.
This guy's got helicopters all over the place.
Jesus, that guy's a special target, huh?
90 seconds.
Oh,
It's like
straight out of
Rambo.
Rambo. Yeah, right out of Rambo. It's a lot of action for the first 10 minutes of the TV show.
Oh, got one.
Oh,
Got taken care of.
got your own helicopter.
We gotta find another way. I just did.
All right. Here come the missiles.
Oh,
Just made it. It's interesting because Sam, outside of the tech, doesn't have like any superhero abilities. He's obviously a very highly trained soldier, but
like Batman.
yeah.
Of course, way different in a different universe, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Thanks. You could try to reroute that to the other. Would you not? I'll track the online chatter, see what they're saying. I do gotta ask you though, because like online, there's just been a lot of stuff about Steve. Actually, crazy conspiracy theories. Some people, they think that he's in the secret base on the moon.
I can assure you, those people, you don't have to take seriously.
But you didn't like fly him to the moon?
No.
Flying to the moon.
So are you off to?
Washington.
What are you doing there?
Moon stuff.
Moon stuff.
Steve represented the best in all of us. Courageous, righteous, hopeful. And he mastered posing stoically.
Oh, Don Cheadle.
It's back.
Thank you, Captain America. But this belongs to you.
Couldn't you get an autograph on it, maybe?
Sam, it was the right decision.
Take a walk.
Boy, both these guys have been through a lot, with Tony being gone and
Well, you should bring him out to D.C. sometime. I'll teach him how to fly.
Bucky Barnes,
Bucky.
friend and brother, killed in action.
Crazy to think that nobody's gonna be carrying the shield.
We went for 70 years without anybody carrying it when Steve was on ice, so I think we're all right.
It's a different time, Sam.
I think those are a lot of throwbacks to the comics there with the bike and
Well,
everything.
they're in a Captain America
Yeah,
museum right now, yeah.
Why didn't you take up the mantle?
When Steve first told me about the shield, the first words I said were, feels like it belongs to someone else. That someone else is Steve.
World's a crazy.
Buy war bonds. Yeah.
All the old artwork.
Oh, picture of him when he was skinny on the far left.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lovely looking hotel.
It's no Best Western. I don't like the look of these guys.
They look important. Oh, I think I know who that is.
Yep. Oh.
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra. What?
Okay. That's who he's afraid of becoming.
Stream sequence.
You're a civilian now. With your history, the government needs to know that you're not gonna... So, tell me about your most recent nightmare.
I didn't have a nightmare.
He's going to call it a dream. Exciting, you know?
So, rule number 1, can't do anything illegal.
Oh.
All I did was give some intel to the aide to convict her, and I wasn't involved in anything else.
Rule number 2,
What was rule number 2?
nobody gets hurt. It's a big one.
And why isn't it rule number 1? Remember me? Promise.
Oh.
What about rule number 3?
Well, it kind of hurt somebody, but...
Self-defense.
Or it was. This is very true.
Of course, I completed rule number 3. I am no longer the Winter Soldier. I'm James Bucky Barnes, and you're part of my efforts to make amends.
One day, you're going to have to open up and understand that some people really do want to help you and that they can be trusted.
I trust people.
Yeah, give me your phone.
Isn't that the number one sign of trust?
Uh-huh.
Give me your phone.
You don't have 10 phone numbers on this thing. No. And you've been ignoring the texts from Sam. Look, you've got to nurture friendships. I am the only person you have called. You're 100 years old. You have no history, no
Are
family.
you lashing out at me, Doc? Because that's really unprofessional. You know, I mean, when did that start? When did you start yelling at your clients? This is new for me. I didn't have a moment to deal with anything, you know? I had a little calm in Wakanda.
That's right.
What do you want?
Peace.
That is utter bullshit. You got your mind back. You are being pardoned. I mean, these are good things. You're free.
It's interesting the close-ups on the faces that they're doing here.
Yeah, the shots they're choosing to set up are definitely really cool here.
Hey.
Mr. Nakajima!
Hey, Kojima. Rory, what's going on? I thought we were getting lunch.
Unique is putting his trash into my trash.
It's trash.
And the time has come for me to
No! Can't keep fighting with your neighbors.
No,
Come on,
go
let's
away.
get some food. But Izzy, we always go to Izzy on Wednesday.
I'm not
Come
in
on.
the mood today.
Hey, what if I buy?
Fine. But no talk.
No talking.
Nobody made it past 90 this week.
So young. Such a shame.
You should ask her out. He would like to take you out on a date, maybe to bingo or a night of pinnacle.
I'm really sorry about him.
Why are you sorry? I'm game.
Wow.
There you go.
Ron, it's great. Just maybe not pinochle.
I can't believe you did that.
I got a feeling these guys go way back.
Oh, yeah, they could be buddies because he's so old and he seems old, but the age gap really isn't there. You know what? I didn't catch that right away about the age gap.
He had a job with a consulting company, and he was working abroad, and he was killed. I will never know what really happened to him.
Oh, he's driving the Gen 1 Dodge Ram there, it looks like.
Old school.
Yeah, maybe a Gen 2.
What's up?
That's right. Uncle Sam. You're back early.
Uncle Sam.
I thought we were going to discuss if we were selling it.
We did. And then you were off fighting Dr. Space Cape.
Dr. Space Cape.
We grew up on this thing. It's not just mom and dad's name on it, Sarah. This thing is a part of our family.
You know the situation we're in.
Off to save the world again? No.
When you gonna let me borrow the wings, man?
We made a deal before Daddy died. You're out there. I do things my way here.
Right, but you tangled the house into this when you took those loans.
Ooh.
I just got to deal with this.
All right.
Maybe it really is just time for us to move on.
Either way, just let me help. I'll set the appointment. I won't let you down. We can turn this shit around. Trust me.
You'd think the government would have some banks they could...
It's like, oh, Sam, yeah, we know what you did. Here's a few bucks for you. I mean...
Yeah, at least can we get a no-interest loan for the guy? Just a no-interest loan. Just a friendly...
Yeah, I mean...
Everybody breaks even.
I mean, I assume he's probably still got his GI Bill, right? What's going on here? Oh, she's closing up.
if that's not the most adorably old-fashioned thing anyone's ever done.
Well, he's old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned.
Try the whole online dating thing. It's pretty crazy. A lot of weird pictures. It's a lot.
Sound like my dad.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah.
How old are you?
106.
Keep a couple games around for boring shifts.
Battleship. Same arm as him.
Mm-hmm.
V8, sucker.
Hit.
Drink. Come on, drink.
Right. Okay.
Drinking Battleship. That's a first.
Yeah.
Do you have any siblings?
I have a sister. I have 4.
Miss, drink.
Oh, you have to drink when you miss, too.
No word for someone whose kids die, because it's like the worst thing that can happen. You good?
That was weird. Just
Yeah.
got up and...
What are you doing here? How was the date?
Oh, no. His son was the guy.
God, I owed you for lunch.
Oh, man. Boy, does that explain a lot of things.
Right, the appointment's in an hour.
There's no such thing as on time. You're either early or late. Pick one.
Okay, now you're really doing more than the most.
It's actually a pretty good lesson. There's
Good
no
way to
such
look
thing
at it.
on time.
Was jetzt? Was sollen wir machen?
Ooh,
What is this?
infiltration, I think.
It's like some sort of flash mob.
Yeah, it's that group. That guy's a super villain. He's jumping out of a building like that.
Just verhaftet! He's getting away! Sorry, Entschuldigung.
Oh, that guy's not normal.
No, when he jumped out of that building.
Oh! Oh, Jesus.
Dunzo.
Okay, so that guy doesn't seem to be of normal human abilities.
Just the fact that the Falcon is in here looking for a loan.
I knew it, Falcon. Yes, man. Oh.
I didn't want to say anything, you know.
I always wanted to be an Avenger.
Oh, man.
He's going to say no.
I have government contracts, so that's proof of earnings, and I know for a fact that we qualify for an SBA loan.
Under the old terms, sure. But these days, with everyone just showing...
Oh, Jesus.
Is there any chance, and of course you could say no, that I could get a selfie with your arms out?
Are you serious?
I know your family has banked with us for generations, but we cannot approve you. I'm truly sorry.
Couldn't he just like go take out some criminals and...
You don't get to come back here and try to right your wrongs just because you couldn't deal with what was going on here. You don't know what happened these last 5 years. I was alone.
That's a good point.
I'm the one who kept that boat from sinking.
Yeah, well, half the boat's mine, and so is the house. We're not selling our family's legacy.
You gonna do me like that when you know I'm right?
Yep.
Oh, it's the first day it launched into the water.
It is with great honor that we announce here today that the United States of America has a new hero. Join me in welcoming your new Captain America.
What? Who's this guy?
Seriously? What?
That guy? Oh, folks, I'm very confused here. Nope, that appears to be everything, folks. So, you know, that was a really hot opener for what I think is going to be a pretty interesting series. A couple of different things that they touched on, which I'm sure a lot of people have brought up of how do superheroes get paid?
Very good
You know,
question.
I guess I always figured, Tony Stark or somebody would have some kind of, everybody's on the payroll sort of thing. We'll take care of a few things, but they keep going back to the snap or the blip, whatever you want to call it. And that really messed up a lot of things. We've seen that theme in a lot of different movies, whether it was some of the Spider-Man movies that we saw or a handful of others. And it's definitely something to consider. And you can just tell that, Sam has really got some guilt going on, with Cap and obviously Tony Stark and everybody else. Don Cheadle's character, of course, we saw him for a little bit. He's got to be in the same boat. I mean, him and Tony were like this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure we'll dive into that a little bit later. Kind of a lot of guilt going around in the whole episode, obviously, with what Bucky did when he was with Hydra, because that threw us both. We're like, whoa, what's going on? He's a good guy. And then, it turns out he took out the son of this gentleman, and he's, trying to hang out with him, maybe make some kind of amends or, whatever. But that was really rough. I did not see that reveal coming. I thought maybe Yuri was just like a buddy of his from back in the day, because of the age difference, whatever.
Right.
But so that was really interesting. Of course, we opened up with like 10 minutes of just awesome action with, Sam as the Falcon flying through and George St. Pierre taking a bit of a beating. But this one looks really promising, guys, and I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah, this one kicked off with a bang. I mean, the action with Falcon was awesome. It threw me off a little bit. I'm like, okay, I wasn't sure, how fast we get into him being Captain America. Look, obviously, I think they want to set up a little bit of backstory. It wasn't just like, hey, we're coming in, he's going to be Captain America. Although they did show him right away packing up the shield and stuff. Yeah. So at first I was like, wow, they're not wasting any time either. Has a nice leather carrying case for it. But obviously, this is kind of I don't know if world building is the right story, because this world has kind of been created for us, but kind of setting up for the remainder of the season. It was an interesting point that they did bring up, as Mason Gwynn had mentioned, about how do superheroes make a living. Obviously, you have your Tony Starks, who's very wealthy, and Captain America was all over the place. Who knew how he made money? The Hulk was a scientist. Who knew how he made money? So it's one of the things that isn't really discussed. Yeah. We're into watching The Boys, and it seems like they're selling merch and making movies and salaries, and we know that's a different world. So they kind of talk about how much money they bring in that world. But in the Marvel universe, it's not really discussed. So it was an interesting topic. You never really think of their families going through hard times.
No, you don't.
Their sister has the boat and stuff like that. You'd figure we'd be able to get some Stark tech for the boat, or I mean, you hate to just keep going back to Stark, but isn't there?
I mean, he gave everybody suits.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't he go back to Stark's right hand man and be like, hey, is there something I can
get on the payroll here,
to fix up this boat? I'm sure go to the government and get a. You'd think, they talked about SBA loans, small business loan, but you'd think he'd be able to go to the government and be like, hey, I need a loan for this boat. Remember me? Like, you just had me go do a secret mission. But in any regard, it is an interesting subject that I'm glad they touched on. It was good to see Bucky, the Winter Soldier, of course. I thought that was an interesting scene. I didn't think that we were going to get... the dream sequence. It was, because I'm like, oh man, I thought he was a good guy.
Yeah,
maybe he went back bad. But seeing him try to readjust, it was funny when his date asked how old he was. 106, and he was like, he's serious. But a lot of, obviously, him going to a therapist on a regular basis, they made it seem as if it was part of his terms of or conditions of parole. But he's obviously still harboring a lot of guilt, and you would, I mean, any person who's been through war battles or something, regardless of whether you're fighting for the good side, I mean, you have to do things that are going to live with you for a very long period of time. And being that this guy's been doing this for as long as he has, and this guy's seen things.
Said 90 years of fighting. It's all he's ever done.
This guy's seen things that nobody else has ever seen, and it would be a lot. But it seems like this particular thing with Yuri's son is weighing on him especially hard as it would. He's friends with this guy. We don't really know whether they were friends before or whether he just made friends with him after, but in any regard, it was nice to be reintroduced to Bucky here. I was very curious that they announced a new Captain America. Now, of course, the previous Captain America, Steve Rogers, went through the Super Soldier program that we saw in the first Captain America. So he was part of, some experimentation, gave him super strength and all that. So you wonder whether the new Captain America, is it just a symbol? Is he a superhero? All this, obviously, he probably doesn't have a lot of staying power throughout the course of this series. We kind of have an idea of who the new Captain America is actually going to be, but it's still part of the storytelling and very intriguing. So
nearly have the jawline that Chris Evans had, judging by that last
no,
shot that
he doesn't come across as, and I'm sure he's a nice guy and a great actor, but he doesn't have that stoic. And look, maybe we're just so used to seeing Chris Evans as Captain America, that it's hard to see somebody else. But a really good episode, a fun first episode. We had seen WandaVision, which was a little bit confusing right from the get-go, and this was just kind of action and a very clearly laid out kind of plot. So I enjoyed it, and I'm excited to move forward with this season. So
yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure we're going to deal with a lot of things about regrets and guilt and moving forward and things like that. So I think it'll be a really solid story, and I'm just hoping that Bucky and Sam can kind of link up and maybe help each other out, which I'm sure they do, but I think that'll be really good to see with those characters.
Absolutely. This was like I said, this was a fun one. We've got a full season ahead of us, going to continue to dive into all kinds of Marvel content as we march forward into new theatrical releases and all sorts of other great stuff from this exciting universe. And I'm just like I said, I'm anticipating as Captain America being one of my favorite superheroes what this season has to hold.
Absolutely. Well, guys, that wraps it up for here. So for the Appleton Oak, I'm Mason Quinn. This has been Bad Medicine. That was the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.